We want to run against Donald Trump. And the stupid Republicans sometimes write it. Gates knows this. We want Donald Trump. We want Donald Trump. But they don't want me. They say that because they don't want me, because it's disinformation. And remember, we won in 2016, and the same idiots said we want to run against. You know who didn't want to run against me? Bill Clinton. He told his wife, when she said, we want to run against Donald Trump, he said, no, you don't. Don't run against Donald Trump. No, Bill, I know we would. They didn't listen to him. You know, they threw him off the side. Bill Clinton went out to Wisconsin, and he went to Michigan, and he called in. He said, you better get people out here. You're going to lose Wisconsin. You're going to lose Michigan. They said, what the hell does this guy know? And they lost those two states, and they hadn't lost them in decades. They're weaponizing law enforcement for high-level election interference because we're beating them so badly in the polls. And, you know, one thing about running, I think probably, historically, if they wanted to run against me, they wouldn't have indicted me 4 times. Do you agree? And civil suits also. We don't even talk about them. But these people are slick. They're very slick. You saw Gavin Newsom with no facts. He beat the hell out of Ron DeSanctimonious the other night, and he had no facts. In the Harvard-Harris poll, we're leading the field, just came out today. We're leading the field with 67%. I have 67, while Ron DeSanctimonious has 9%, and Nikki Birdbrain Haley is at 8%. You know, they keep saying that she's making a charge. Steve Bannon, can you help me with this? They're saying that Nikki Haley is making a charge. You know, like that guy Langone, a big bullshit artist, that he's got the support of Langone. Did he ever put up any money in his life? No. I like Bernie Marcus much better. But that she's making a charge, but she's never going up. She doesn't go up. If you make a charge, you're supposed to go up in the poll. She's not going up. In the Harris X poll, I guess that's probably X referring to what used to be called Twitter. What's that all about? X. I'm going to do an X. Let me put out an X. But in the new X poll, we're at 68%, and DeSantis is at 9%, and Haley's at 7%. Chris Christie doesn't register. Doesn't even register. What the hell is he doing? You know, it's a race to the bottom. It's Ada Hutchinson and Chris Christie are fighting for who's the lowest. What about Ada Hutchinson? He's been at 0 for 6 months. Ada Hutchinson, his name's Asa, by the way. You know, I always like to say that because if I'm sarcastic, the fake news said, he didn't know the governor of Arkansas's name. The worst is, there's a new thing going along. So I'm a very sarcastic person, but I do it out of respect and fun and to make a point. So the other day, I'm imitating Biden not getting off a stage, right? So I say, this guy can't even get off a stage. So I purposely, you know, do my thing. You know the way he walks like this? And I go like this. And the fake news put it up as though I couldn't get off the stage. It's true. You saw that, right? They put it up like I couldn't. So I got to be careful. I can't do these things very much because when I imitate, I did one where I'm stumbling. I said, ladies and and they said, look at Trump. He can't talk. He's cognitively impaired. It's disgusting. I can't do anything. There can't be any humor anymore, Steve, because every time I imitate this guy, they say me doing it. And you saw that one, right? They have me not being able to get off the stage. These people are sick. They're bad. Baker today in the New York Times, he said that I want to be a dictator. I didn't say that. I said I want to be a dictator for one day. But the New York Times said, and you know why I wanted to be a dictator? Because I want a wall. Right? I want a wall, and I want to drill, drill, drill. That's true. So, build the wall. Well, we did. We built a lot. We built 561 miles. You know what they do? When there's a 2x4 that's 70 years old laying on the thing rotting, and I put a wall up there, they say, he didn't build that wall. That was a renovation. We built 561 miles of wall, and I was going to build another 200 miles, but when the election was rigged, we couldn't do it. But I built more than I said I was going to build. But they call it not. Somebody said they say it's 200 miles. It's not 200 miles, and it's not 58. If there's a nail laying in the ground, and then we put up 30 foot, going down 7 and going up 30, they say it was a renovation. These are bad people. We're also totally dominating Biden in the general election, beating him by many, many points. The radical left Democrats rigged the presidential election of 2020, and we're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election of 2024. We're not going to allow it. Not going to happen. Every time radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of honor. I'm being indicted for you. These are not indictments in the traditional sense. These are Biden indictments against their... This is just against a political opponent. And the press refuses to say. They act like these indictments are legit. They're not legit. And with that, he's opened up a Pandora's box that may never let our country be the same. That's a very bad thing, what they did to me, because this was something that was not doable. But they've opened up a Pandora's box, and I only can say to Joe is, be very careful what you wish for, because what you've done is a terrible thing. When a president leaves, especially a very popular, I got 75 million votes, that they know of. We're not talking about the millions that were played with. Never forget, our enemies want to take away my freedom, because I will never let them take away your freedom. It's very simple. Very simple. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. And in the end, they're not after me. They're after you. I just happen to be standing in their way. And you've heard that before. I mean that 100%. This is far more than a campaign we're all involved in. This is a great political movement. This is the greatest political movement in the history of our country. There's never been anything close. Together, we achieved the most secure border in U.S. history. We built, as I said, 561 miles of border wall and got Mexico to give us 28,000 soldiers free of charge. You know, when they say Mexico didn't pay, Mexico paid far more. They gave us 28,000 soldiers. I said, you have to give it to us. If you don't give it to us, we're going to have a problem. They said, no, we're not going to give you soldiers. I said, okay, then we're going to tariff all of your products coming into the United States. And they said, sir, it would be our great honor to give you as many soldiers as you'd like. I got it free of charge. So when they tell you about Mexico didn't pay, Mexico paid much more than if they actually contributed to a war, which is a very hard thing to get done legally. Not to get done legally. I took on communist China like no administration in history, bringing hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our treasury when no other president had gotten even 10 cents from China. I appointed more than 300 federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices.